To define social conservatism, I think we want to begin looking first at that term conservatism, because that term is often very contested and debated today. What does conservatism actually mean? I think from a theological perspective, and not necessarily going immediately to politics, from a theological perspective, what we're saying we're concerned with as Christians is to conserve certain things. We begin from a position in Scripture that God has ordered things into existence. There are things absolutely essential to existence that we're required to recognize, protect, and therefore conserve. And so I think when we're looking at conservatism, we're asking the question, what has God put into the fabric of the universe that is absolutely necessary for us to work very diligently, both as Christians and as individuals within the broader public order, to recognize and conserve? And I think that's where we can begin to dial down into the specifics. And I think when you think about social conservatism as a movement, and it is a kind of an American movement that you might be able to identify over the last 75 years or so, what social conservatives have tended to focus on are these things that we call the permanent things. That's a term that someone like Russell Kirk would use. And the permanent things refer to such things as a recognition of the right to life, such things as the protection of religious freedom, the protection of the natural family. So the idea that if you're going to have the thriving society, a society where the common good is actually attainable, there are absolute baseline essentials that have to be present. So social conservatives would say there has to be a protection for the value and dignity of the human person, both unborn and born up until their natural death. There needs to be a protection for religious liberty, because religious liberty, it is about aligning ourselves with kind of ultimate reality, but religious liberty is really about the ability for individuals to be true to their conscience, which that also kind of flows downstream from recognizing the dignity of the individual. And then I think third, we would say that there needs to be a protection and recognition of the natural family, that social orders are not built upon mere individuals, that social orders are built upon the fact that individuals form families. And I think this speaks to a profound Christian anthropological reality that we are simultaneously individuals, but God made us procreative individuals to live in community with others. And so I'll often say to my classes, we are individuals in community and a community of individuals. And so it's absolutely essential for the just political community to order itself to preserve or to conserve these permanent things, which is where we get this idea of social conservatism, that society, it refers to kind of the broad overall organization of society itself, that it has to protect and recognize if it's to flourish.